Oh, Cocksnot. So in case you don't know, about 2 years ago, I watched the film The Invisible Man. The one with Elizabeth, what's her name? Moss. I was going to say. I liked her in it, and I liked the film kind of at the start. No spoilers or it like that, right? Um, but I just had one or two wee complaints about it. That's right, Scientologist, but I'm not talking about that. It just got to a certain bit where I'm sure she was like pure bleeding or somebody was bleeding, and then there was like no blood. It was just a wee thing, and I think I was maybe wrong about it, I'm not sure. Doesn't matter, I tweeted about it anyway, and I said another thing is there's a bit of a fight, and I felt that her skills in fighting were suddenly that appeared out of nowhere. It wasn't some sort of. I'm not saying she suddenly turned into fucking. What's his name? Fucking James Bond or something for the Bourne, Jason Bourne or something like that. But it just sort of like it was the sort of stuff that your average person wouldn't be able to do. It just turned into like she had like I don't know, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but borderline army training fighting fucking moves in terms of precision and fucking strength and all these sorts of things. Sort of shite your average fucking person can't do. It just sort of came out of nowhere. I don't know. I'm not saying she started going, oh, fucking poof, right into somebody's nose and all that, and poof. But you know what? All this stuff that you can't do, people can't fucking do. I can't do it. They can fucking do it. Just kind of, in terms of, jumping on somebody and like hitting them with like a pencil or something, or a pen. I couldn't fucking do that. They next door couldn't do it. Them across the road, they couldn't. It was like, for me, it was like fucking Sarah Connor. It just suddenly went to fucking Sarah Connor. It wasn't that much. And yet, there was a bit where there was a bit of a scuffle. She was lying on the ground. I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler, right? But there was a gun nearby. Right? There was a gun right fucking there. I can't quite remember it, right? Because it was 2 years ago. A gun right there, and either she didn't bother to reach for it, or she got the gun but didn't use it. I can't quite remember what the fuck it was. But there was something going on there. And there's a gun. Baddie? There. Right there. In the corridor, right there. Gun. And I was just like, right, so she's fucking cracking at fighting, kinda. There's that out of nowhere. There's the gun there. And I just kind of tweeted about it, right? The writer, who also wrote Saw, replied, saying, kind of complaining about my complaints. How was that? No, there's no blood there because of this. There's no blood. No, the director, the writer. No director, the writer. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Did he direct? I see. The writer of Saw, The Invisible. The writer of Saw, written by, writer and director of The Invisible Man. Right? Writer-director. Writer of Saw. Writer-director, Invisible Man, right? Saying, kind of criticising my criticism, saying, no, that's not that. And then some people on, like, his side were saying, all right, so she's suddenly supposed to, like, be able to grab the gun and start shooting like he's, like Liam Neeson for Taken or something like that. I don't know. And I can't remember what I was saying, but I was saying, well, you've got to just fucking scrapping like fucking Liam Neeson. I can't remember. If I read it back, maybe I didn't say this thing, or he didn't say that, but roughly, I remember it roughly, is there was was an inconsistency in terms of abilities and, just these sorts of things. There's a gun, she's not gone for it, and no a big deal. No a big deal. I just the wee things sort of irritate me a wee bit. And he's arguing with me about it. And then he comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, sorry, didn't think you'd be reading this, thinking, you fucking then replying to this? You might be in the fucking shadows, you might not care about this. I was like, no, I just felt that it was a bit this and a bit that. And he said, well, your reason for this, and he was kind of replying to people who said, that thing about like, Liam, what's she meant to just suddenly know how to like use a gun and all that. And he's like, I know, what's he like? Kind of like that sort of attitude. And then we eventually sort of had a bit of kind of, I don't know, ceasefire or sort of, well, listen, sorry, I didn't think you'd be reading it. Oh, listen, it's all right. No, listen, no, sorry, I know, like that. I was being polite. I was being polite and fucking diplomatic and just going, if the guy's going to bother fucking searching for his film, I didn't want to go like that. Look, I just thought the bits were fucking stupid. You should have done better, right? That's not right. I'm just going like that. All right, well, I just the bits, but I suppose like he's like, all right, and you de-escalating just like that. That was June 2000. I think June 2020. He tweets yesterday, quote retweets my tweet, saying, one of my followers reminded me that this guy criticising, my film or something, are any of my UK followers would like to criticise some of his stuff or review some of his stuff. 2 years later. And I thought, fuck it, I'll retweet it. I was going to reply, I thought, no, I don't. I was going to go like that, look, and have a joke about it. Look, I was maybe wrong about the blood thing, but I mean, she did suddenly obtain borderline fucking martial arts skills or scrapping, fighting fucking skills that the average person can't do, and the gun thing. I thought, don't, because he might not even fucking reply, and you just gave this energy to this fucking, put the time and effort into, humouring the guy and going, just having a bit of fun with him and all that. And he might actually be like, oh, fuck off you. Don't even bother. I thought, just retweet it and see what happens. Because he's basically trying to do a bit of a fucking a pile-on. I'm his Lloyd Cole. I thought when I read it, I thought, oh, fuck, is this what I sound like when I go on about Lloyd Cole? But people were kind of like saying sort of nice things about me, and one or two people no saying it. But I was going to jump in, for a bit of a joke, because I thought, this guy's in pain. I want to heal his pain and say, oh, look, I liked the fucking film. I just thought that bit could have, this and could have that, But he described me when he replied to somebody else. Somebody said, he said, I know, I said to him talking about me, I said to him, filmmaker here, and he got all, filmmaker here, this is the internet Cocksnot. He didn't say to me, this is the internet Cocksnot. He said to somebody else that, yes, it is the internet. I can read what you're saying. Cocksnot. Called me Cocksnot. I don't even know what that is. I'm picturing what Cocksnot. Snot? Is it like spunk hanging down for the fucking nose? Is it spunk hanging off a cock like it snotters down the nose? What is it? Smegma? Fuck knows. But he said about me, I kind of confronted him. He was shitting on my film. Was he shitting on your film? Shitting on it. And I said, a filmmaker here. I'm a filmmaker. And he got all sheepish. He described me as getting sheepish. Is that how these fucking people see it when you're being polite? I wasn't being sheepish. I was fucking babying you. I'm being fucking polite. I'm being nice. That's a person who's put a lot of time into a film, wrote it, directed it. He's very proud of it. and he's seen somebody criticise it, and instead of just going like that, there's going to be people who don't like what I do. Same with Limmy show. There's going to be people, it doesn't matter how much time I've put in it, how much I care about it, how much I want it to work out and everybody to love it. There's going to be people who go, nah, shite, pish. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. And if I go looking about for people who say Limmy's no funny and start an argument with them, I'd be at it all fucking day, all week. But he obviously cares. He's obviously kind of sensitive to that sort of thing. I would have just no gave a fuck. But for some reason he saw me as worthy of fucking arguing with. And I thought, right, he's quite sensitive about this, so I was just going like, oh, all right, no, I just thought it was, I thought it's a guy who cares about his thing and I'll be nice and all the rest of it. I'm not sheepish as in, oh no, I'm not going to get any work anymore. I've got to pure back down. Power, there's power. Power's come. I've got to be all sheepish to teachers in the room. Not like that. I'll be fucking polite. I'll be nice. But the fucking two, and he said it was one of his followers that reminded him. I bet that follower that reminded him is a new account. And the only tweet is that. I'm joking. I'm acting as if, he's got an alt account and he just wanted to stir it up. Because I thought to myself, I wonder if this is just a joke. I didn't really, my imagination just thought this, but I didn't actually really think it was real. Imagine if now it's 2 years have passed, he's thought about more ways to argue better with me, argue his point better. He's thought a lot about it for 2 years. And he's like, I should have said this, I should have said that, I should have said this, I should have said that to this Limmy cunt, I should have said that. Now he's got a rebuttal now, he's got a right good, this is what I should have said. I can't bring it up now that the moment's passed. I can't just go like that, after 2 years. By the way, Limmy. Another thing, I need some reason to bring it up again. So I need somebody to bring it up for me. I'll bring it up for me. I'll create an alt account, tweet about various things like, God, can't believe that senator got re-elected. Oh no, stuff like that. And then I will tweet myself, be careful not to tweet for your own account. Use a different browser. Buy a phone just for that and then bin it. I'll tweet myself going like that for a different account saying, remember that guy for 2 years ago? Remember? Who said this? Oh, who was that again? Who was that again? The guy who... What did he do? He criticised one of my foot. I can't even remember that. What did he do? He criticised the guy who criticised the Visible Man. Who was that? I mean, it's not like I get a lot of criticism for it and I can't keep up. It's just that it's so long ago. And I've got so many, I've got made other things since. I've got, bigger, more things in my mind. Jimmy, did you say? Limmy. That's a funny name. No, doesn't ring any bells. Scottish guy. No. Here's the tweet here. Oh, him. Yeah. Fuck. Was that 2 years ago? Feels like 10 years ago. That feels like 10 years ago. Because so much has passed and so many thoughts have been in my mind and so much life. My life has been so full in that 2 years that I remember. Did they say something about? I'm going to have to read the thread again because I can't remember. I can't remember. Why would I remember something like that? God's sake. I'm a Hollywood film director and writer. And then he retweeted it saying, one of my followers reminded me, this guy here, this guy, his name's in his, I can't remember, like he's no watched every fucking thing, every fucking stream, like he's no watching right fucking now. Hello, I'm talking about you. This guy here, and I thought, what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to reply and say, well, the blood thing is maybe a bit wrong about that, but the amount of blood maybe I would have dried up by that point. But I mean, how she might be that good a fighter suddenly, like army kind of style fighting, and how come there's a gun there and she didn't pick up? And that other wee bit, he's been thinking for 2 fucking years. He's got to all mapped out, like the rehearsal fucking Nathan Fielder. It's got the whole fucking thing. If he says that about the gun, I'll say, right. You need to remember, he's got the tweets already to drag and drop in. You need to remember, in that frightened state, people are frozen. Here are links to research showing 10 different instances where somebody, that despite the solution to the problem being right there, whether it's violence or something else, they were frozen with fear. There's also video evidence I've got here. Here's a link that he's already uploaded to YouTube like 2 days ago. Like, that's funny. Right, all right then. Okay, so some people don't act rationally. They're frozen. They don't think straight. Would you concede, Limmy? Maybe. Right, okay. So that's that. Is that one locked in then? Maybe. Aye. Now, with regards to the fighting thing, I've got various videos of people who have got no experience of fighting, that during a moment of crisis, now I've got 10 links, I've got 12 articles, Professor Thingy, study this, Professor this, and Professor that, this research. 4 papers, okay. So do you concede that people do have the ability to fight like that? I know, it's just that within the context of the film, do you concede that people... Is that impossible? The way that she was fighting at that point, is that absolutely impossible? No. No more questions. Thank you. No more questions. I'm just saying it's unlikely. You said it was possible, Ro. No, right? You said it was possible. And there you go, it happened. That's the film. I wrote the film. I can make the possible happen. It happened. Right, so is there anything else, Limmy? Right, now, will you do a public apology and retraction? It's just a film, mate. Exactly, it's just a film. Why don't you just sit and enjoy the film? So there you go. I did think about it. I think, has he been sensitive? Has he been sensitive? I mean, how many people do that? How many people do that? You know, I don't know the guy. I don't know what he's all about, right? But, you know, I hope he doesn't care as much. I'm fucking right. I'm right. Beneath the headphones, 60 bits. Are you okay? Boops and Jen thinks the tenor. Thank you very much. Fuck. Neil did a DD impression. I nearly did. You nearly got a free, genuine Limmy Show character. I nearly got tricked into it there. You see, I don't dare him anymore because... What was this? Called me Cocksnot and said I was sheepish. and tried to initiate a pile-on. He tried to, after two and a bit years, tried to initiate a pile-on. He tried to get people to go like that. Oh, right, okay, I'll review it. His stuff's shite. It's absolutely shite. This sketch is shite. That's shite. His streams are shite. This is crap. Is it? Is it? Oh, well, I wonder how he feels about that then. I wonder how he feels about that being criticised. Now he knows how it feels. That's what he was wanting. That's what he fucking wanting. And it didn't happen. Spiff Samp thinks to the bits. What do you prefer? Cocksnot, ball slop, or dick slime? Cocksnot is... that's a good one.